Shaman's YouTube channel. Got more to do tonight. That'll be it. At number 2 on my top 50 underrated rappers book. Underrated rappers book. Now it's down to number 2. Who's the second most underrated rapper in hip hop history? Going to my book. Hold on for a second. Get myself arranged via this. Let's get into it, man. Number 2. Who's the second most underrated rapper in hip hop history? Kool Rap. I had Kool Rap at number 2 because number 1, he was the originator of a genre that was original, unique, mafioso rap. He was known as the Cool Genius of rap, who was part of the Juice Crew, and he made his debut in 1989 with DJ Polo by releasing their first album, Road to the Riches. DJ Rap displayed vivid storytelling, scholarly wordplay, and thug bravado. This album featured G-Rap's narrative about hustlers' rise and fall. The hit songs off this album was the title track, It's a Demo, and Men at Work. Overall, this album set off the trend of mafioso rap. Yep, that's the thing that stands out with Kool Rap, is that he started a new genre that others will follow behind him. And that's why I think he's number 2. And there's other reasons why he's underrated, other than just the mafioso rap thing. But he did a lot of things that didn't make him cross over to commercial status. But we're gonna get into that later. First and foremost. Okay, so all right. It's a demo that was on that first album. All right, let's get back to the task at hand. All right. Then the second album came out. This is great. Wanted Dead or Alive. That came out in 1990. Hit songs off this album was Streets of New York, Erase Racism. G-Rap was making references to organized crime, gang violence, contract killing, and mafia films. The title track, Money in the Bank, and Death Wish. These songs represent that. This album even more cemented G-Rap as the founder of mafioso rap. Then in 1992, Live and Let Die, where G-Rap wanted a cinematic feel with each story telling a different story and adding backdrops for the scenes. The hits off the album was Ill Street Blues and On the Run. Overall, Kool Rap influenced countless rappers, especially in the mafioso rap. For example, if it wasn't for G-Rap creating this genre of rap, it wouldn't have been. And it was written, it wouldn't have been Only Built for Cuban Links. It wouldn't have been Reasonable Doubt or Life After Death. It wasn't for the stuff that G-Rap displayed and create with this mafioso rap genre. He was the pioneer of the street and hardcore content, the multi-syllabic rhyming. He was one of the great storytellers in hip-hop history. G-Rap was excellent in all phases of the lyrical content. The only thing that eluded G-Rap was commercial platinum status. But when you are ahead of your time, you represent many styles that would not lead to mass appeal. That's so true. So let's expand more on why Kool Rap was not, what he could have been. Even more, obviously, he was great. He's considered your favorite rapper's rapper. Your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. He's highly respected universally by peers for inventing a multi-syllable rhyme schemes and pioneering mafioso rap, which he did. However, he remained underrated because due to the lack of major radio hits, label distribution issues, gritty, unapologetically hardcore subject matter. Also, he had lack crossover commercial hits for number 1. That's the thing right there. He had a lack of commercial hits that wasn't crossover. He didn't have no crossover commercial hits. That's the first thing. Unlike peers from the golden age like Rakim or Big Daddy Kane, for example, Coogee Rap never secured a Billboard Hot 100 smash. His raw cinematic lyricism favored complex narratives rather than catchy radio-friendly hooks, such as Ill Street Blues and Road to the Riches, are revered by purists but didn't dominate mainstream pop radio. Then number two, label troubles and lack of promotion. During his crucial points in his career, G-Rap was plagued by record label transitions and poor promotional backing. After making a name for himself as part of the legendary Juice Crew, his solo albums, such as 456, didn't receive a massive mass market push that could have catapulted him to superstar status alongside his contemporaries. The graphic nature of his subject matter. Kool Rap was a pioneer of East Coast street and gangster rap. While this gruff storytelling deeply influenced artists like Nas, Jay-Z, and Big Pun, it also put him in a niche. The explicit, violent, and highly graphic nature of his early albums like Live and Let Die made it difficult for major media outlets and commercial radio stations to embrace his music without censorship. And lastly, his style was for true MCs. He is celebrated for his complex breath control and dense compound word rhyming. His technical mastery is something that dedicated hip-hop heads and aspiring rappers dissect and revere. But it didn't always translate to casual, everyday listeners looking for simpler dance-oriented tracks that define early 90s radio. So that's the reason why he's underrated even more. Lack of commercial hits, that he never crossed over commercially with a hit, label troubles and lack of promotion. His graphic nature of his subject matter. His subject matter was very graphic in nature, and his style was for true MCs. So he's a true MC that people admire. You talk about the all-time greats, but he never had that crossover success. But he's a pioneer, yes, but he's underrated, criminally underrated. I had him at number 2 in my book. So that's it for that. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you like the channel, subscribe. Appreciate it. Hit the like button. I'll be doing my last video of today. It's going to be the number 1. Check it out. I'm coming back real soon with the number 1 underrated MC, the number 1 underrated rapper in my book. You're going to find out soon. The number 1 underrated rapper. Coming up if I finish this live feed. The number 1 underrated rapper. It's coming soon. From my book, The Top 50 Underrated Rappers in Hip Hop History. It's the book that I self-published a decade ago. I'm coming back with the number 1. Stay tuned. Till then, talk to you soon.